Okay, so Maka is completely unscathed. They didn't even get a single counter. Adept working with a brave weapon, working with Vantage is ridiculous. And you could throw Luna, Sol, Astra as well. And every Vantage strike, and you could have up to 4 before the enemy got their first attack. And those 4 could all proc Astra, Luna, or Sol. Oh man, imagine. So you could have built Marita like that, I guess. I would have to have given her... She would need a Sol and Luna manual. She comes with Luna, so you'd have to go a route, give her the Sol manual, which we didn't get. Use the Marita blade. She gets Adept for free because she's a sword master. But you need to give her Vantage, so you'd have to give her the Vantage scroll, which is very valuable. I gave it to Olwyn, which is maybe more useful for the 1-2 range. But if you went Vantage, and you could throw Sol on for fun, I mean, she'd be unkillable. Sol would steal HP whenever it procced. Astra kills. Luna helps kill. Nihil means they can't do anything. She would just be a complete beast in enemy phase. You could probably warp her anywhere. The only problem is range 2. So any melee units would just... Well, they did just die. Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty awesome, right? All right, let's start wrapping this up here. I gotta open up one more door. I think if we take too long, I mean, we were warned reinforcements would show up if we took too long. I mean, that should happen at some point. Nana, can you kill these guys? They're not really. I mean, maybe. She's got a pretty good FCM, doesn't she? Not good enough. Alright, well, I'm not super scared, but... Ocean kill... Need 2 hits. Probably should just use the Brave Axe, but... He's all good. Sure, more Constitution. Could warp Galzes over there to kill him. Maybe. We got a lot of units now that are kind of done, so let's just focus on the areas that aren't finished. We need to kill this guy, Homer. Yeah, making it look easy. 0 stats when you're asleep, so what you gonna do about it? Dodge at 96%, thanks, just buying some more time. Homer, how dare you get no stats? Well, I guess Salem could get a kill. Maybe. He's got a nice attack, so... It wouldn't be fair to miss that. Aw, I almost got a level up. Alright, Asvel, you don't really have much else to do. Can't meteor that far. We could... This actually will help. Wait. Would that work? He's not on a throne anymore. The first time we ran to this guy, we couldn't put him to sleep because he was on a throne. Well, he got no damage. How does that work? So I guess if he gets his 20% I cheat skill, sure. I'm hopeful to get this kill with Ocean. Or Dermot, whatever his name is. He will need a crit. But he should be like 90%. There. He wouldn't have died. Even if he took 2 hits there, he'd be fine. Maybe yeah, maybe the boss will go after a leaf. I don't know. we've got these, I got all these fortify. I got like 10 of them that we've been carefully stealing the whole game. I've never even cast the spell. So hey, look, it's a cool animation. Everyone on the map heals a bunch. It's like heal, but for everything. Where should you go, Marita? I mean, we don't know what's in the boss room, right? See ya. And then some reinforcements are going to show up over there and kill Sarah. Ha! As if you could kill Sarah. She'll be fine. Yeah, we'll just get the girls here ready to kill anything that opens in the door. Guess I'll deal with that. Alright, Dawson, you go help over here. This guy's just gonna poison someone if we give him a turn, so let's not let him get a turn. And, I think Lithus is just gonna hang out on the tile, because he's the least combat, although I will say his stealing of Nosferatu was genius. I could definitely send that to Lenoan if we wanted a second one of those. Not that we've got enough maps left for it to matter, but this will be fine. We just need a couple hits. Or a crit. Okay. The only thing at all dangerous is Moose. And, I'll probably warp... Yeah, I'll warp Galzus. I feel a little bit strange sending... Well, keeping my staff bots a little bit isolated, but I feel like they've got all the ranged stuff. They just leave them in the magic circles. They can just... maybe I should have kept him here. We could warp in front of any dangers, right? Like, rather than warping him in advance, we should have just waited till we knew what we were dealing with. But that's fine, right? Alright, these guys... I think he's dead. So I guess by berserking him, we stopped Moose from moving down to fight Leaf. Better or worse. I do actually think Asvel has a chance to just put Moose to sleep, though. Even with his ridiculously high magic. We just have to hit him and not get blocked by his cheap tricks. It went ting? Is he maybe immune to being slapped still? Just magic? No, he's... It's so good. Alright, I'm gonna leave Salem on the tile. We can send Homer over. This is great. Loptrian Fang? Oh no, we'll never defeat him. Unless... Alright, Dermot... I don't care. We're not gonna do any more inventory management. Let's just kill these guys. And by... No, we got a cool sword. Beyblade time. Beyblades attack. There you go. Yeah, you got a bunch of stats, whatever. No one cares about stats anymore. That time is over. I guess in theory you don't actually need the Broggy Blade, but he still halves your attack power. So the holy weapon, we'll kill this guy with the holy blade. One shot, die. It's great. Oh, so Lenoan unfortunately doesn't have a, yeah, she never got to A rank staves. She could, She probably could get to A rank staves, but I didn't give her a warp staff because she didn't have it at the beginning. I mean, look, if this gets her to A rank staves, she wants to fit in with all the other staff bots. Turns the music off. Sure, a little bit of defense. You never know, might save her life. And there you go. Now she can officially use warps. Okay, Tina, where are you going? I didn't use my thief. I hammered the thief thing. I never even used it. You know what? You know what? In anticipation of something cool happening, I got this pure water. Let's use it inside the zone. She'll be able to target anything. 37, probably 36 next turn of powers. And I guess there's only one tile uncovered. So let's do that. I'll probably leave Nana on the tile. You want to capture this guy? Do I want a Berserk Edge? He can't fight because he's asleep, right? Oh, never mind. We actually do have to hit... Wait. What? Oh, Thracia tricks. Dirty Thracia tricks. This is my fault. I totally forgot about a dirty Thracia trick. What happened, guys, and I probably mentioned this like about 50 hours ago and then totally forgot about it. You can only have one status at a time. So silencing it to grind XP on Lenoan actually woke him up. This is just hilarious, you know? I should have recognized that on Dalson's, but I'm like, oh, the stats don't matter, but it should have said 0 on his stats because, right, he was actually... It's fine, we've got a restore here. Maybe I'll just put him to sleep, but I'll burn another staff on him. If we have any left. Did I waste all my sleeps now? Thought I had 2 coming in here. There it is. Tina's got it. Good thing I used that magic water. So, what if we just used the Vuji? No, this guy. Don't miss. That's all. Just don't miss on the second attack particularly. First one doesn't matter. Second one, that's the one that counts. It was a 75% chance. That was our best way to not have any more problems. And yeah, we're good. Happy music. More happy music because we actually saved Dawson from killing us. He just got a little bit angry. Failed his saving throw. Got into a rage. Just want to grind up that stats for Nana. Okay, everyone looking pretty good. Might want an extra attack down there or something. I can rewarp him down still. Alright. We should open up the door or whatever. Which might be problematic because I don't know what's in there, and if they get first strike against us, you know how it goes, right? Now, to be fair, while Marita gets support from Gals, I don't have a lot of supporters down here, but well, we'll see what happens. They probably get a first strike, because of course they will. 5 dark mages, hey? What can it be? How could those children break the seal? Leaf, you heathen! You imprudent brat, standing in the way of the divine! I'll send you to oblivion to meet your parents, but not before you spend a century or two decorating my altar as a petrified statue! Okay, he did not get a turn. That's bad for him. he his stats are, you know, okay, but oh good, he heals. He regenerates. He's got Petrify equipped. I don't think they're gonna do so well. I don't even care if we get hit by hell. What's it gonna do? Oh, we get the slow mode sexy girl spell again. Sexy demon girl. I guess her name's probably Hell. Nobody likes you, light spell. You take way too long to cast. Okay, I think we wanna... We could just kill him right now, probably. I mean, he is on a throne. So, because he's on a throne, we can't just hit him with statuses and stuff. Now, to be fair... We could steal whatever we want. We could just steal all his weapons. Oh, can we berserk him? No. That would be cool. I don't think I can get close enough to meteor or anything. Sadly, Asvel's too far back. We can warp Leaf in. That's what I want to do. Let's see. Kill, dance, kill, warp to this tile, kill. And let Maka go first. He literally has no counterattack because he's using a siege tome. You fool. I mean, you can see the ups and downs of Thracia here. I don't see how this guy would ever pose a real challenge. The last map was just bonkers. Some of the bosses in the 6 rooms were a little bit dangerous, for sure, but it wasn't too hard to lock them in by killing their door. They were basically locked in with a mage in range of 2-shotting, and just they couldn't get out after you killed that mage. This is looking pretty smooth. Master? Master. Also, this way, Galzus gives Marita some nice support points. Totally planned. Alright, Thracia, I think your time is up, my friend. I think that was a Luna Astra. Just Luna Astra crit. I mean, that would have killed the boss pretty well. Movement Star? I mean, Marita would just slaughter this guy. Everyone would slaughter. Who am I kidding? Everyone would slaughter this guy. He is a joke. 25 defense. Oh, you don't... No! We don't have a teleport for Leaf. I can't do what I wanted to do. Who's the real hero? You had to pick someone who I can teleport. There's not too many options. Can't quite get said. Or, not said, Asbel. Alright, Ocean. Axe guys unite. I believe in you. We didn't get any movement stars this turn either. That would have been convenient. Come on, Ocean. You dare to cross me? Don't you know the power I wield? Let me show you just what a grave mistake you've made. Well, he dodged one of the crits, so he lived. Lucky him. Ocean could have one-rounded him, though, clearly. Just needed to not miss on a crit. Could have missed on the first two, maybe. Probably wouldn't have mattered. Anything else we want to try? Steel. Think Salem could kill him? What's his magic? 20 probably? Yeah, 20 magic protection. I don't think he's gonna do much damage. He only do 23, so do 3 damage per hit. It's not enough. Tina, if she had a light tome, could fight. She would have 26 magic this turn. Maybe Asvel gets a movement star? No. Maybe Leaf is so fast, he can just movement star up anyway. No. Maybe... Oh, you know what we could have done? I could have had Lenoan rescue someone that has warp. And then I could have... Oh, no! I could have done it! Oh, that was very tricky. I didn't think of it. A rescue warp combo. Tina's got the most movement stars. There's still a way. Staffs are just stupid in this game. You should never be allowed to have more than one warp staff and rescue staff. Thing is, I need... No, maybe I can't do it, because I need to get this... I need the rescue staff on Tina to move and rescue someone else with warp. I mean, we can also rewarp and hope for a movement star. That's possible. I've got a couple chances at that in theory. But yeah, the rescue chain won't work. Unfortunately, we can't trade Kanto. That would have been pretty cheesy, pretty fun. Cheesy. Okay, let's start with people with good movement stars and see if they get lucky. I shouldn't have moved Leaf. That was dumb. If I just kept him where he was, I could have done exactly what I wanted to do. I just want Leaf to kill the boss. Is that movement star? Safi doesn't get movement stars. Alright, Tina, I think it's up to you. 25% chance. Dang it. 10% chance? Well, I mean, I could send Lifus to go fight the boss, but at this point... You know what? I could have warped 2 people that hadn't moved yet, traded the staff over, down, and over, moved, rescued. I still had a way until I moved her the... Oh, man. There's no other way. No, we're out now. Time's up, Blue. You've used all your gimmicks. It's funny how many ways there were to do it. I just sort of got myself locked in. No. You're gonna rewarp over, and there's a 10% chance. We have not had any movement stars on this turn, I don't think, at all. So come on. If anyone can save the day. And I didn't even use Tina to steal the guy's weapon. Yeah. Alright, well, let's see what the boss does. There was a way to get him. But there's a couple ways. I messed them both up. Oh, he just uses a vulnerary? Oh, you dumb AI. I mean, yeah, but you could have killed somebody. Alright. Set him up. There's probably a bazillion ways we kill this boss. I want Leaf to do it if possible. Should we bring in, like... did I give... Where's Nana? Does she have a rewarp? I should have given Nana a rewarp, because she's got charms, so just warping around herself to give support bonuses would be kind of cool. Alright, what's it look like here? Is this guy weak to the Broggy Blade? No. Is he weak to being made into a king? Vaguely. It's actually, like, definitely not a guaranteed kill, but... if we get the right crit combo, I think it's possible. That doesn't work on thrones. So it's 8, 16, 32 total. Every crit is a huge amount of extra damage. Instead of 8, it's 41. I think we definitely need a crit. We might need 2 crits. Leaf's got an FCM of 2, which means on his last 2 strikes out of the 4, he has a 68% crit, and he probably has low odds of killing him in 1 round. But he can add up crit. This is my own folly, but this isn't the end. Even if you kill me, Loptu isn't eternal, and the rebirth of the Empire is nigh. I may die, but you'll struggle and flounder for the rest of your days. Kaboom. Alright, good job, Leaf. That was incredible. Nice finisher. And going for the low turn count, we dance and we take over the castle. Okay, the first turn of this battle was tricky, and then after that it was all easy. I didn't see any reinforcements. I wouldn't say I rushed, so... Staffs, totally imbalanced. And yeah, you could definitely do like rescue, move, rescue chains if you had enough A-rank staves and rescues. It's kind of nuts. We won? Is it over? It is. Breathe easy, my prince. Your long fight has at last come to an end. With your victory today, the Loptrian's influence in North Thracia has been eradicated. At long last, the Thracian people have been liberated from the tyranny of Loptuus and his mortal servants. This is all because of your perseverance and strength, my prince. You must never give up. No, Augustus, the people have to thank you, whoever you are, as well. You were just a pirate leader, and then you joined me, and now help me. I started this journey knowing nothing. My name was not Snow, and you taught me how to be a ruler. Thanks, Augustus. As a monarch and as your student, it was truly fortunate to meet you. I don't get it. I never thought Augustus was that great. I need to tell you something, my prince. I would be a poor teacher if I continued to keep secrets now. It was not by chance that our lives intersected. In fact, I only became your tactician because I was ordered to do so by my benefactor. Truth be told, at the outset, I thought liberating North Thracia was impossible. But as I spent more time by your side, I saw how focused you were on freeing your motherland, how earnestly you wanted it. Before I knew it, I had genuinely begun to believe in you. I hope you can forgive me. I'll not lie. I think so. What does that mean? Ced hired him or something? I'll not lie, Augustus. The time when you voiced skepticism of my abilities always weighed heavily on my heart. Yet you taught me how to expand my perspective. Yada yada. I don't care. These two interaction has never really worked it for me. Maybe there's like, not to read into it too much, but maybe there's a bit of that mentor, young man and a mentor relationship, whatever we call that. I think it might be a bigger thing thematically in like Japanese culture, maybe, if I understand correctly. Maybe I just don't care because I'm just a jaded old Ankylo, but yeah, anyway. Lord Leaf, a messenger just arrived from Lord Seliph. Connaught has been seized. Oh, good job. Thanks, Seliph. Oh yeah, he's fine, don't worry. The message says he rides from Munster as we speak to help. I imagine word has not yet reached him of our victory. He should be in for a most welcome surprise. This was all part of genealogy where Leaf did all this off camera, so that's fine. I can hardly believe it, Lord Seliph. Yeah, I mean, at this point, Seliph has conquered an awful lot of land and Leaf has kind of floundered, but whatever. Everything is easy for Seliph. He's overpowered. Holy blood, you know how it is. My only regret is I couldn't kill King Bloom with my own hands. We didn't get to kill him? I forget what happened. I sympathize, my lord, but as regrets go, you could have ended today with far worse. Remember, North Thracia is free again. In the streets of Munster, everyone, young and old, celebrates the victory of the Liberation Army. The people cheer your name. They shout that Thracia has been liberated by the son of the hero Quan. Finn, we've been through so many long days. However hard I had it, you had it worse. Finn did see everyone he cared about die, basically, and he had to flee with a baby and raise a baby. That's difficult. That's hard work. You gotta give this guy some credit. You possess more patience and endurance than anyone I've ever known. You've been there for me my whole life. When I felt overwhelmed, I knew I could rely on you, Finn. See, I think you could have got rid of Augustus and just had Finn being his advisor. Because Finn should know tactics too. He fought in Seliph's army for ages. He should have seen what worked and what didn't work inside a large army formation. And then he's had another 15 years or whatever of sneaking around, learning and hiding and being good at co-op or covert stuff. If you just got rid of Augustus entirely and let Finn talk, that would have been better. But they couldn't, because if Finn dies, then you have no advisor. And that's one of the problems storytelling-wise in a Fire Emblem game. Because Finn would have made a way better advisor. 100%. But they wanted him to be a unit that you can kill. So they couldn't do it. It's like I spent my whole childhood sitting on your lap. How can I repay you? Of the 4 kingdoms of North Thracia, Leonster, Ulster, Connaught, Monster, none save Leonster have a surviving male heir. Yeah, they all got killed. Hence, the people want to be united under your rule, and you will need 4 sons, so get to work. Lord Leaf, please fulfill their hopes. You better start making babies. You need 4 wives, at least. That's what Finn cares about. A single prosperous kingdom, as the land once was in the days of Dane and Yoren. Doing so was the dream of your father, Lord Quan, and if you truly wish to repay me, keep that work. Get those children out there. Keep that holy blood going. I would move the heavens themselves for you, Finn. Of course I'll do as you asked. I have a duty to protect North Thracia. Unifying it all depends on the will of King Travant, but I'll do everything I can. I know it's not ideal, but is that enough? Yeah, Leaf, there's something about his tone. I actually didn't like Seliph all that much either. The younger the lords, the less I really like them. I like Sigurd. I think Ike was pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of, like, Roy, and I guess Eliwood was okay, but the younger these lords are, and I mean, even the old day, the Marth days, it was pretty young lord. But it's not just their physical age, it's how they talk. Leaf is, like, always apologetic. I'm not good enough, I can't do it, I'm not good enough. And he just, I mean, we've overcome some ridiculously hard challenges at this point. I mean, have some friggin' pride, man. Have some pride. Alright, we're gonna go back to Fianna. Ciao. Yeah, because we can't join Selif's army. That would not be canonical. He, you know, first generation units are gone. They can't come back. And, all these extra units she recruited need to leave before Selif shows up. Also, there's pirates. You got a whole army of knights. You don't need a bunch of axe guys and pirates. But Ivel, little lord, you're still pretty little. I look forward to the day you defeat the Empire and come back. When that day comes, not if, but when, I'll bring everyone to Leonster to celebrate. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, Ivel, it's a deal. I promise. I'll come back, and you have to promise to blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it probably won't take more than a couple episodes if you just let Seliph take control. Alright, go, little Leaf. Show him what you got. Oh, hey, some more character development. We've had exactly 2 lines from her so far, when we recruited her and when she recruited her, her knight Connemore guy. Prince Leaf, something's been on my mind. Oh, hey, Miranda, what's up? I owe you an apology. Yeah, it's about Dorius and all that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. If you haven't heard, Ulster was liberated. Oh, right, male heirs. They literally have a princess right there for one of the 4 baronies. I guess you better get married, unless... Well, no, it's fine, because if she marries some guy, her children would be, you know, the dukes or whatever they are, whatever the kind of, I don't know, the hierarchy for this land, but they had duke, right? I'm pretty sure it was dukes. Yeah, that's delightful, but frankly, my people want to see more than just me. They want to unify. My senior vassals and statesmen are all advising that I wed you. Yeah, I better hurry up and get married. We need some kids. Those bloviating imbeciles think they can boss me around. Well, out of the royal families of North Thracia's 4 kingdoms, you and I are the only survivors, so... You know, if there's only 2 royals left and bloodlines, and I guess we better smash. Do you not like me, Prince? No, of course I like you, but, you know, I've got all these other girls I've been dating, you know, it's fine, but, you know, I mean, just, you're kind of, like, clingy and stuff, and you're only, like, level 5, like... I don't have time to, like, marry somebody right now. It's not true love. It's... Look, Leaf, it's political marriage. It's not supposed to be true love. It's to unite the lands. If you don't defeat Trevant, then I will kill you. Hey, also, you could marry me! Oh, hey, Linoan! No, she's already got a lover, I think. Alright, so North Thracia's returned, but Tara is still under Thracia's clutches. Yep. I actually failed to get the city. This was like the mid-section of the game after the prison arc. The whole thing was running around trying to save Tara. Actually, that never happened and we never got back to it. Sorry about that. Right, and I've been helping out for some reason. But I should probably go home. See you, Dean. Yeah, I'm actually from Thracia, and they're probably gonna have to fight, so, you know. You can stay with the prince, though, whatever. Also, like, if he marries you, wouldn't that, like, unite North and South Thracia? Maybe you could just have 2 wives, right? That's fine. I will abandon my plans to retake Tara if I can stay with you, Dean. Because you're the only one I really care about. Alright, well, these guys can go hook it up, I guess. Ah, Nana. Let's see. Not Nana, Nana Marita. Now, look, so Nana is a princess. She's got her own kingdom that she can't take right now. if we ever get back to Grandvale or whatever, she's got a castle, in theory. Or wherever she lived, I forget. One of those places. You gotta say it. But if you don't say it now, you'll only regret it. Or are you comfortable with being cute younger sister forever? But Marina! Hey, Leaf. Yeah? What's looking so grim? Jeesh. Do it. Leaf. Oh, hey, Nana. What's up? Also, thanks for hanging out. You did a lot of healing. You're pretty cool. I hardly did anything. Yeah, we're basically siblings. We've been together since I was like 3 years old. I see you as a... She's even younger than he is, so I see you like my little sister. Such a good supportive sister that's been healing me and comforting me. I probably would have died without you. Thanks. Also, I'm gonna try to find your mother. Also, I've fallen in love with your daughter, Nana, who I was raised as a sister with, and I'd like to wed her. Yeah, whatever. Forget the political marriage. We're gonna marry our childhood sister friend. Look, this is nothing compared to what Fates and Conquest did, okay? This is a little cringe, but to be honest, honestly, seriously, I suggest not digging into the genealogy bloodline stuff too deeply, because there's a lot of it. Let's not get too involved on who's marrying who and whether it's a good idea or not a good idea. Hey, Selef. Looks like you made it. You're cool. Right on. Thanks. The credit of this victory is yours? No. Actually, you did all the work. Thanks. It's a large country, and I totally couldn't have liberated Thracia just like I did Isaac without your help. Anyway, I'm gonna continue to liberate the rest of the Empire. You wanna help? Yeah, I gotta go defeat Julius and all that. Let's be eternal friends like our fathers were. Okay, well, like, let's swear an oath under the cherry blossoms that will die on the same day. We need 3, though. We gotta go find one more dude. Actually, I'm pretty sure, what's his name is already in Selef's army. There's, like, the 3 bloodline buddies that have all been friends for generations. He's just not in Thracia, but I'm pretty sure... I forget his name. But Selef by now has already recruited him and they're bros. And now with Leaf, they can have the 3-pack. But it's really just a 2-pack. There, see, we die together, blah, blah, blah. It's all good. You know the drill. I vow to undie, stars perish, blah, blah, blah. Yay! Hip, hip. Thus, Leaf's battle, which started in the remote village of Fianna, has ended with the liberation of North Thracia. The rest of the story happened in the last game. Yet although Leaf's battle had ended, the war for Jugdral had only about halfway been completed. In South Thracia, Travant's kingdom has already amassed great power. It is so weird that this game's in the middle, because it doesn't end totally, like, you have to go back, right? In the Grandvale Emperor, Crown Prince Julius, the Sign of Darkness, something, something, Loptuous, bad, bad, bad. Now, the year 777 of the Grandvale calendar, the world stands at the brink of a new era. It's a unique kind of in-between. Like, the story of Thracia is fine. I actually think it's pretty solid. It's just weird how it's, like, in between an already existing game, and it doesn't really finish. Like, at the end of Thracia, you're like, that's it? And it kind of makes it seem like there should be another game after it. But we already played that game. So, anyway, yeah, let's talk about Thracia. Thracia. First off, I want to define a couple things. I've talked a lot in the past, but this is the last episode, tends to get the most views in the very end. People who might care about my opinion, now is the chance. First off, I'm going to try to be fair in looking at this game in the lens of when it came out. It was the 5th Fire Emblem game. The Game Boy Advance games did not exist. Path of Radiance did not exist. Three Houses did not exist. So it's not totally fair to compare it to the future of the series, because we know what it turns into over time. But we can compare it to Genealogy for sure, because it's a direct sequel, and also the first 3, you know, but whatever. Like, I'm not too worried about that. And it is a very, very late era Super Nintendo game. So this came out like 99, I believe it was 1999 in Japan, which is like, I mean, the N64 was already out. Like, this was a very late generation, late in the Super Nintendo's generation, Super Nintendo, RPG kind of game. So by now, standards are a bit higher than they were kind of at the beginning of the Super Nintendo era. The technical abilities of the programmers and artists were higher, and the standards were better. That's just the way it works with consoles. So you should hold it to a high standard in terms of Super Nintendo era, because honestly, they were already making N64 games. I think it was quite... It was quite revolutionary. Oh, E rank? Pfft, thumbs down. I think that's just for how quickly you played it. You have to warp skip all the maps to get like an A rank or whatever. I don't care about rank. I also didn't care in genealogy. Oh, is there a little bit more story here? No, just happy music. Right, so last game on the Super Nintendo, last Fire Emblem with Kaga there, actually. I was reading the main original. There's like a 3-pack. I forget which ones they are. Probably the first 3. But, the main core of the team split up after Thracia, and then the Game Boy Advance games was like a shuffling of the team at the company. So that's why it's a lot different, and it's part of what's better and worse about the Game Boy Advance games. So in terms of Thracia, I think it was very ambitious. They added a lot of systems that did not exist previously. So you have to give them some credit for the new stuff. I think this was the first time we had rescuing at all, and it's the only time we have capturing, I think. Let's see, weapon ranks growing did not exist in genealogy, because genealogy, you had it based on your bloodline and stuff. Skills, scrolls, manuals, a different inventory system, but not really unique, but a lot of that was new for Thracia. So, I do give a lot of credit for the mechanics and structure. The underlying foundation of how the game works really pushed the Fire Emblem series forward. There's a lot of new additions that were spot on and have been refined after Thracia into be more and more successful. However, they were not all good additions. Oh, we got some more story. I'll do this before I finish. I do like these little final wrap-ups. Along with Lord Seliph, the rightful heir to the Imperial throne, Leif led the war to liberate Jugdal. After seizing the capital of Belhalla, Leif went on to fight numerous battles throughout the continent. Could he even have a loss? If you lost, you die. In genealogy, if you died and then reloaded, it kept track of it, but I don't think there's any way to do that now. When all was said and done, Leif's fame and renown eventually rivaled Holy King Seliph, sort of, if you care. In the year 780, North and South Thracia were unified into one country, even without marrying whoever that chick was. Leif took the throne of this new kingdom of Thracia, and together with his queen, Nana, and older sister, Altina... Oh yeah, she's right. That's right. You've got another princess. She could marry somebody, some other heir. Don't forget about Altina. She's not in Thracia because she has to wait around until Seliph recruits her, but interesting. Dedicating their lives to reunifying Thracia, Leif, Altina were hailed as the successors to Dane and Yoren. I want to point this out right now. Front and back loaded. All the story is at the very beginning and the very end of this game. The middle is very, very spry or scarce. In the annals of Thracian history, the name of King Leif the Wise, the Sage Lord, will echo for eternity. I don't know when he got wise, but maybe 20 years later. This is much more ending credits than a lot of Game Boy Advance units got. So, after hearing word that Leif had finally taken something, Finn disappeared, probably took the throne. It was 3 years before he was seen again, appearing just as suddenly as he had first vanished. He's looking for Rayquasis or something, right? No historical records exist of where, or Laquisi, or however you say your dumb name, he had gone, or no one knows where he went. The only evidence that remains are strange rumors that he had been seen in the Eid Desert. Well, I don't know why she would be... Oh no, because everyone died in the Eid Desert. Sort of right off to the... Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's where. Well, that is also where Quan died. Oh well, I don't know. I don't know what he's looking for. Maybe you guys know what he was looking for. Following their victory at Valhalla, Nana devoted herself to helping Leif liberate Augustria. That's where she came from. After wedding Leif, now king of New Thracia, better than Old Thracia, Nana dedicated her time to aiding the many orphans of the war. Oh man, there's like 50 units. This could take forever. Oh well, story time, guys. Known for her beauty and compassion, she was affectionately called Princess Nana, even after becoming queen. She was very bland, in my opinion, but I guess a lot of paladin ladies are like that in Fire Emblem. By all accounts, she continues to enjoy a happy marriage with Leif to this day. I feel like she was just completely a blank healer. She's just the healer that follows you around being nice. That's like her whole story. I'm going to be a bit critical on some of the stories for the characters because they're not always great. Returning to Fianna for a time, Ivel temporarily led a quiet, peaceful life. I did like Ivel as far as characters. Eventually her gaze, I never know how to say that word. Her gaze? The compact she had made with the dragons expired. And with its end, her memory returned 7 years after the end of the Holy War. Now that's some deep lore there, the deal with the dragons, huh? Her belated reunion with her children became the subject of a timeless song known to any bard who can play a lute. I didn't actually use her much, only 9 kills, wow. Can't let her steal that XP. Merida, Sword of Stars, yeah, she's pretty strong. Still ashamed of her lack of discipline for having been possessed by the Shadow Sword, Merida embarked on a journey to train and better herself alone. Probably found her dad. Before long, she grew into a formidable sword. I mean, she's already invincible. One whose name was known throughout the... I mean, there is no way anyone could kill her at this point. No matter how well known she became, she would always say, "I'm nothing compared to my mother." Well, to be fair, in Thracia terms, she has max stats, but in genealogy terms, the caps are much higher, so she actually wouldn't be quite as overpowered in genealogy standards. After Ivel departed Fianna, Halvin took up the role of village leader and commander of the Freeblades. Also, unless she has a holy sword, I don't know if she could keep up. Gotta have that major blood. He quickly demonstrated his talent for leadership. What? Halvin? He got more kills than Ivel? Good for Halvin. I actually don't remember anything about Halvin. I know he was one of the first characters, but there's like no dialogue with Halvin except for the very beginning and the very end. So I guess he got to talk to Ivel a little bit, but I don't know anything about Halvin. He's just some guy that uses axes as far as I'm concerned. Ocean. After returning to Fianna, Ocean married and was blessed with many children. Axe guy the better. However, he remained prone to mood swings all his life, and his quick temper was inseparable from his kind heart. Sure. I'm not sure they built that up in the game very much, but sure. He eventually earned a reputation around the villages, that oddball old man. Yeah, I mean, hey man, maybe that's me. Despite not being fond of the other villagers, it is BlueAnkylo. He proved to be a reliable man, always willing to help those in need. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'd like that. I don't really like other people, but I'm still a nice guy. Sure. Tanya, she's Dagdar's daughter. Tanya married and had a bunch of kids. Beat this up a little bit. She was honest, an open heart. She was a busybody. She made it her business to help everyone, and they relied on her. Dagdar, the old bandit. He returned to his mountains and started growing stuff in the mountain. Cool. Marty, he went back to the mountains and helped. He's not very smart. But he's got lots of friends. The kids especially really liked him, even if he was dumb. Ronan, he went back home having done nothing and resumed his life of doing nothing. He married apparently, but no one really cares because no one used him. Safi, she made her way back to Taran, did all the priesty stuff. Legend says she still has a hammer that no one ever uses. She looked like a goddess, sure, whatever. Priestess, doing priestess stuff. Shiva, after the war, he left. went to go edgy. He went the assassin route. No one will ever know who or what he really was. He travels without a purpose, without a place. No one knows his home. He comes and goes like the wind, like a shadow, like the Nightblade. Lifis, he took a job in the government, and then probably ran off with a bunch of money. He wiped out some pirates, maybe, and then left to become a pirate or something. Fergus, he just disappeared. Was he the son of someone else like Beowulf? He could use the Beowulf blade. Rumors about whatever. Fergus, he just disappeared. No one knows. He's gone. Karen, she went back to Celeste because she's one of the holy children. She's a Pegasus Knight. Her record doesn't show that she did anything, but she was a Pegasus. Excellent ending. Said, the ending for a lot of these characters is exactly what I expected. They did something and left. Or they did nothing. Ced went back and probably took over the castle and, yeah, like, Ced's cool. He has a kingdom. Asbel stayed with Leaf and, helped him. He also would have made an okay advisor. He just helped. He's his, like, younger mage bro that just hung around on the corner just helping. He turned into a priest at some point because he got tired of being a mage. And then, now he's a sage. Yeah. Brighton. No one remembers Brighton. I guess he lives in Munster and, went back to Munster and has a store with a wife. Sure. Maka, the best. She went back to Munster and she helped rebuild the kingdom. And of course she got married to somebody and had a kid. Despite all that, she just, you know, she loves her city. Cool. Laura, she danced. Yeah, she just went around dancing. Dancey dance dance. Everyone thought she was a cool dancer. Dawson, some guy that just fights against bandits. I mean, he's a tank. He just stands around fighting brigands constantly with his huge defense. Eventually, the bandits just got killed. No one knows if he did it, but after he stood watch on the gates for a while, now the fort is cool. Hicks! No one remembers where Hicks or who he is. He just went home and just has an axe. He just watches things and has an axe. Glade. Yeah, he's in the military. He's got some ranks. You know, he did some military business. He recruited too many units and then split them into other things. And, you know, he restructured the elites into the blah, 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 and acumen and finance. Yes, no one cares. Selfina, she was one of the characters that joined and decided not to have children. So she just took in orphans and raised them instead of having kids. Didn't she have, like, a lover? I thought it was, like, her and Glade or something. But she just, whatever, she decided not to do that. So she just was a nice mother figure. Kane, one of the guys that was a knight. He did something. Yeah, he was a tactician that never did any tactics. It's fine. Alba was the other one that helped out. He didn't really do anything. And after not doing anything, he was just weird. He was from the north, and he was friendly, and eventually they liked him. Yeah, the end. Robert, oh, also one of those guys that joined on a horse and moved in, bought some stuff maybe, and joined the court, and I guess the girls liked him or something. And then we have Callion, who's pretty good. You know, he joined with Hannibal and helped with the army and tensions and just, you know, helped unite Thracia. You got Olwen, who, yeah, she's like one of the Frege royalty. So she helped rebuild the Freges. And Reinhardt's actually not dead. We let him go. Remember, we didn't kill him. So there's no reason why Reinhardt couldn't go back. Eventually, anyway, she married someone because everyone cares how many children and husbands everyone has. But yeah, she got married eventually. Cool. Fred, he just went back to Frege as well and just helped. And he married somebody. We don't have their name, but he just married someone way younger than him because, you know, whatever. Pern continued to be a bandit and just went home. Yeah, he's just been banditing. Yeah. He's probably just a bandit. He joined for a while and then went back to banditing. Once the dancer left, he left. Trude was some guy that just slipped away like another shadow. He's taking after Shiva. This is Shiva 2.0. Legends state he returned to being a sellsword, sure. Salem, this is some guy. He's a dark mage, you know. He wrote a book about his life and how he used to be part of the Lopter Church, and that he left the Lopter Church and people could read a book about it. That's pretty good. Tina, she just kept being a little girl even when she grew up. Did she settle down? Actually, we don't know. So whatever. No idea what happened to her. She just left. Lenoan, she went back to her city and helped grow it. And although she was super beautiful, she never got married or something, and everyone gossiped about her. She probably was, you know, doing stuff with this guy, Dean, the hero of the Blue Skies, who helped out Arion after the war, and sure, he became the reborn Draco Knight leader, and yeah, good for him. Ida, she just helped out Altina and flew around on her Draco Knights. She was super serious and just never looked out for herself. And instead of actually doing anything for herself, she just helped Altina. Yep. Very useful character. Homer toured as a bard or something, probably lecherlessly. He just sang about Leaf or something and how he did a bunch of cool stuff, and he made a bunch of music. Shannon, the charlatan. This guy was not the real Shannon. He went to Isaac and found out that he was a fake sellsword and went back to his real life of being a con artist. Ralph just went farming. No one actually knows if he exists or not. He just went back to farming and disappeared. Sure. Miranda. She was waiting for Leaf, but she just fell in love with someone else anyway, because she's, you know, whatever. She's got a short temper and whatever. She's got kids, so that's fine. Connemore just resigns and retired. Xavier, he's helping out with Leaf's Leonster, and yeah, he's just a good old dude helping out, training the newbies. Dermot, he went back to hang out with Prince Ares, and everyone's related, so cool. Galzus just disappeared. No one knows. Whatever, he's just gone. Who knows? Whatever, man. He's just gone. And then we got Sarah, who just quietly removed herself from the public eye because she's got the dark blood and Manfroy and everything. Apparently, Leaf protected her or something. Humble, but spiritually rich. Sure, that's what they all say. Okay, sorry, I wanted to speed through that. That was going to take like an hour. Most of the story character endings were, well, not great. I liked a few of them, but a lot of them were just like, they retired. Okay, let's finish up my wrap up here. So let's talk about the characters a little bit for Thracia. I've got a bit of criticism here. There's so many units, and there's very, very little interaction mid game with them. Most characters never have more than one or two lines. You recruit them, maybe they say something when they escape from a map, and then at the end of the game they get a bit. It's a bit on the low side, and I mean, they do fix this in future games with more supports eventually, but for now there's a lot of mostly just there's more characters. I think there's too many characters, and they're mostly just, this guy's a farmer, this guy got a sword, this guy's got a spear, you know. Anyway, I'm not going to say the character roster is a huge win. I think it was better in genealogy. So I would say going from 4 to 5, the characters were a downgrade overall. Although I do like Ivel and Leaf and Finn and kind of the main cat. Well, Leaf, questionable. But my point is, like, too many forgettable characters. So where was I before I got sidetracked there? I was talking about just general Thracia stuff. So I already did, like, the comparison between what I thought about the story, I think. I think genealogy has a better overall story, and Thracia's is, like, meant to fill in the gaps, but most of it's at the beginning, most of it's at the end. The middle is, I think they should have cut out, in hindsight, I think they should have cut out like a third or half of the missions, honestly. Made them shorter or something. It's not really needed. What else is there to talk about Thracia? So I talked about, yeah, how the mechanics, I do appreciate, yeah, that's where I stop. Okay. So Thracia's got a whole bunch of new mechanics into the series, and some of them are hits that stick around, and some of them are flops. Unfortunately, we get the good and the bad. It was like they just threw a bunch of mechanics at the wall, and some of them are great and some of them are terrible. And we do filter them out in future Fire Emblem games, and the series evolves. So you got to give them some credit, but I can still be critical about the bad ones that somehow made it through testing, and someone thought these were a good idea for this game, and I just really don't think they are at all. And I don't want to point it all out individually, but, you know, the Fog of War was new, but they didn't really get it right. Long-range spellcasters, infinite-range enemy spellcasters, reinforcements that act and can teleport into you and attack on their turn from anywhere. That kind of stuff is just not fun, at least not for me. The teleporting tiles are not great. You know, there's lots of stuff like that. I think some of it is needlessly overcomplicated. I think the scrolls are a neat idea for growths, but being able to throw 7 scrolls on one person to get, you know, quote-unquote optimal growth is stupid and gamey. I know, like, eventually, let's say Path of Radiance, you can equip one accessory that gives a small bonus to your growth rates. That is kind of where this leads eventually, although most games don't allow much growth adjustment, other than maybe that one item that gives them some plus 10 to all growth or something. I like the idea of scrolls fixing weaknesses or improving strengths. I actually think scrolls would work as long as you could only have 1 per unit. That's all it really needs. I think the capture mechanic, I think I talked about this in the middle of the series. I think enemies capturing your units shouldn't just get an automatic inventory dump. I think it's harsh enough to have to go hunt them down and kill them before they get stolen for like a free pickup. I think it would be a lot better if all you had to do was kill the unit that stole your priest and they get to keep their, you know, very rare, expensive staves. So I think, you know, it's kind of like half good, half bad kind of thing. There's a lot of mechanics. I'm like, that's a fun mechanic in principle, but in practice, it's also kind of terrible. Let's get out of the fin screen. What else was there interesting to say? Speaking of staffs are clearly busted. It's not fair. The enemies with infinite range is garbage. Your units with infinite range, it's fun, but also completely breaks the balance of the map. I don't expect the game was intended to just be warp skipped, but clearly they gave you the power. And I've talked about this before. I don't want to spend a lot of time about it, but in the game, the intended how you would play as designed is not on an emulator. You know, you got to remember what I'm trying to review here is like, how is this game designed to be played? No save states, no mid-game saves, no mid-chapter saves, no fast forwards, no guides, no internet. This was all before that. You're supposed to learn from experience. Try a map, fail, reload, try a map, fail. Ultimately, I think the game wastes your player's time too much. There's too many tricks, dumb Thracia traps, whatever you want to call them, that are basically guaranteed to kill units, kill Leaf, kind of set up a game over, or a delayed game over where you miss a unit that you find out later. If you miss that unit, you miss out on another unit, and if you miss out on them, then you miss out on another guidance chapter, and then because you don't have the right item, you can't get another important item, and it sort of snowballs out of control. So you are kind of emphasized to play smartly and get all the stuff, but they don't tell you about it very well in this game, and it's really easy to just die to you know, cheap tricks, and either waste your time in terms of restarting the map because you can't afford Leaf. Well, Leaf dying is a game over, but you know, there's also other objectives that are soft game overs, let's call them. Or you just keep playing with dead characters and it gets worse, kind of thing. I don't think it values your time as a player very well. So that's kind of my main criticism, is the overall balance doesn't feel well. And yeah, I didn't hate it, but I would rate it pretty lowly on my list of overall Fire Emblems. Obviously, this is the gap between Super Nintendo into Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance changes a bunch of stuff that was lacking in this one, but it also makes some things worse. I do think Thracia, I prefer the genealogy in Thracia somewhat more mature story than the Game Boy Advance ones. I think the stories are better than the GBA trilogies, by a long shot, really. But I think the mechanics in the GBA games are more fair. You can argue about, you know, there's some changes, obviously. But I think the GBA ones are just more fun to play, even if there are some changes that you don't agree with. I think Thracia mechanics are... I think people... My hunch here is that people enjoy Thracia because they can break the game. You can use staves, and you kind of end up having to, almost, to just bypass most of the intentional game mechanics. You saw the last couple chapters. How much combat did we do? I put up a unit that was basically invincible, and they killed everything. And then I just use silence and sleep to deal with all the stuff that's annoying. I mean, it's hardly playing the game at some point, right? It doesn't feel like Fire Emblem to me. So, yeah, I get the fun of breaking the game around you and being able to get perfect stat characters and, you know, all the crazy stuff you can do with warps and all the various staffs you got. But I still think overall it's, that's not good enough for me. Just being able to do that doesn't counteract the, you know, what I'm calling intentional design of playing it blindly, right? Like your first playthrough is just brutal, and I don't think there's not enough good things to make up for it in my head. So overall, anyway, that's kind of my review. I don't really have any reason to play this game again. I actually am more interested in replaying Genealogy than Thracia. Thracia, I think, is kind of done. I've played around a little bit with some randomizers and stuff, because it's kind of fun seeing what crazy stuff you can get. Maybe getting, like Leaf, right? Imagine, how balanced is it to have a Lord with, like, 13 movement, just from getting good, lucky growths? I didn't do any RNG manipulation or anything, you know, he just got lucky. It's crazy, man. I like it, but I also don't like it, you know? Like, that's kind of a lot of Thracia. That's the review for Thracia. I like it, but I don't like it. And overall, I don't think that's enough to call it a great game. So I'm gonna wrap up this episode and therefore this series here and just leave it at that. Let me know in the comments what you think. I don't really recommend people play this game unless, like, this is a very specific type of preference for players. Not that no one will enjoy this, but I would not recommend this unless you like a lot of research or a lot of repeated content when you fail. And I don't think it values my time, so you're gonna have to have a lot of time to get around it. There's a lot of learning, there's a lot of mechanics, there's a lot of map tricks that if you're not following a walkthrough are gonna get you. No, I wouldn't recommend this one in general. In fact, this is one of my least recommended Fire Emblems. And probably the people who like it already like it, and it doesn't matter. But yeah, if you're looking for a Fire Emblem to play, I saved this. I've played most of the other Fire Emblems. I saved this one nearly for last, and I am comparing it in my head to the modern Spectrum. And I would rather play the Game Boy Advance ones. Although the Game Boy Advance ones have, I would say, definitely worse stories than Thracia. They're more fun to play, I would say. That's my... Anyway, I'm going on and on and on, I know. But now it's done. I can file it in the complete category. I am finished it. If you do want to play it, I was going to say, I highly, highly recommend not trying to Iron Man or Bronze Man it. I'd say use save states, come up with some rules you think are fair, but it's gonna spend too much time resetting a map. Like, I've played through a lot of Fire Emblems without save states. Trust me, I did not have emulators for them when I first played them, because I was playing them on actual consoles and handhelds. My very first Fire Emblem game I played was Path of Radiance, which is arguably one of the easier ones. But I just played through it, and I let some characters die, and I reloaded maps when people died, but I thought that was fine. I did the same thing with Game Boy Advance games, the 3DS ones. I don't even know if the emulator works on those properly yet. You know, I actually probably have played more Fire Emblem on console than on emulator at this point. And for me, that's why I feel like save states and super speeds are not the intentional design, and it doesn't totally feel fair for me. So, But for this game in specific, more than any other, I would highly recommend, if you want to try this, don't feel bad about save scumming as much as you like and saving yourself a bit of hassle. Like this map right here, no fun. Anyway, this game is done. I'm going to file it in the complete category. I'm going to take a bit of a break from Fire Emblem, probably, but I am going to, or at least plan, that my next Let's Play for Fire Emblem, once I do another Fire Emblem Let's Play, whenever that is, it will be Path of Radiance, and I'm going to do Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, because I've done a little bit of playing them on my own while I was working through this Let's Play, and I actually haven't played through the story properly. I've skipped the story the last couple times I played it. And it has a good story too. I would say Path of Radiant story is about as good as any of the other Fire Emblems, like way better than the Game Boy Advance ones and better than the Fates and Conquest one. Like it's in the top 3 for stories, I would say. And good mechanically and fun, like not super hard maybe, like that's okay. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it actually. So that'll be the next Fire Emblem Let's Play once I get to it. As always, you know, full disclosure, I have a huge Let's Play to-do list, so I have no idea when. It could be tomorrow. It could be in a couple years. We'll see. I don't want to leave it for too long, but I'm leaving other things. So that's it. BlueAnkylo, that's my thoughts on the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you made it this far, you must have, you really enjoyed it, because this was a long Let's Play. And, yeah, I mean, I do think there was some fun to be had, no doubt about it. I just think it's a very niche style of fun that isn't for everybody. And maybe if I wasn't streaming it and recording it originally, I would have had a better time. I do think part of my problem was streaming most of it, because you got an audience live to watch your mistakes, and you kind of waste the stream if you die and restart a chapter that takes 3 hours like that. That was a heavy hit. But maybe if I was playing it on my own time first, I would have thought it was better. So let me know in the comments. Again, you know, I like to suggest, I do like talking with you guys. You can join the Discord group. There's probably a link in the description. And if you want to let me know what you thought about this game, I'm actually quite interested in other, like, if you just, especially people who just watched the Let's Play and haven't played it themselves 10 years ago or something. Maybe a bit of experience with the other Fire Emblem games. I am curious what other new viewers or new players, new visitors to Thracia, what they think. Because I know veterans of the game that play it over and over again think it's fine. They like it and they've grown to love it or something. And that's fine. But I'm not trying to convince them. I'm trying to say, like, from a starting position, if you've never played it before, is it a good game? And I'm not sure. Maybe with the right mindset, maybe in a casual enough setting. And some people like, you know, Iron Man setting. You could certainly play it Iron Man and probably lose. People play, you know, XCOM, Iron Man, and restart their runs when things go bad. So, like, you know, I could do that. But when I'm Let's Playing, I definitely don't want to do that. Like, that's, again, just, I'm ranting a bit, but one of my main thoughts when I'm Let's Playing is I want to finish my games. I want the series to start and finish. And having it get halfway through and either get abandoned or, you know, game overed and just be like, oh, that's it, you get to see the ending. I'm not very happy with that as a Let's Player. That's definitely not my style, and my preference is to show the entire game. So when a game is fighting against me, trying to game over me or soft lock me so I can't finish it, it starts to rile me up, and that might be part of the issue with Thracia. It's a little bit on the not well fitting to my style. That might be more my issue. We'll see. I'll think about it. This has already gone on way too long. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll leave you guys with the title. Hope you've enjoyed one way or the other, and I'm kind of glad to file this one away, and I'll be happy to move along to the next Let's Play. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.